All right, Jet fans, we got some news for the New York Jets. This is FSBN, the most trusted name in fake news. I'm Frankie from Flatbush, the crook from the brook. The most shady, the feds hate me. Frankie, baby. Shout out to Biggie Smalls. But anyway, we got some news over here. Some of it serious, some less so. Chris Boyd, our special teamer that we signed in the summertime to come and help us on special teams, got injured and then was involved in a shooting. This is no bueno. Chris Boyd update via ABC, according to Rich Samini, the Doom Industrial Complex writer. Boyd was shot in the abdomen and the bullet lodged in his lung, according to ABC. Has undergone multiple medical procedures since arriving at the hospital. Still critical, but stable. So prayers up for Chris Boyd. Let's say a prayer for Mr. Boyd, and hopefully he is okay. Moving on to less life and death news. The Jets have signed veteran defensive tackle Kalen Saunders, the team announced. He has played for 3 teams, most recently the Jaguars. So what's this all about? Well, at least the Jets were able to sign somebody. This is a free agent. He got released by the Jags. He didn't get picked up on waivers. He went to, then he became a free agent, and the Jets picked him up. Now, what does this tell us? Well, number one, they're still able to acquire low-level free agents anyway. Why would Kalen Saunders, if he's any good, want to play for the Jets, Frankie? They're not good. Yeah, but we give him an opportunity to show what he can do. This is a guy who's basically auditioning for another contract, and so let's see what he can do. We get a look at him. He gets a look at us. If we both like what we see, we sign him to a 1-year deal for next year, which would be nice. So you can see Muji and AG bulking up the defensive tackle position. I wish they would address the edge position as aggressively, but they haven't. But nonetheless, that's what this defensive tackle, Kalen Saunders, is. And if he doesn't work out, you let him go in the offseason. And if anybody signs him, he might, if depending on the contract, might work in our favor as far as a comp pick's concerned. So basically a no-risk signing. He wanted to sign here. That's a good sign. There was, according to reports, multiple teams interested, and he chose us, including some teams that are competing for championships. In his case, I think he wants more of an opportunity to get a bigger contract, and you can't blame him. So that's a good thing. Now, the big news of the day, though, is Justin Fields be a la banca for Justin Fields, unfortunately, for Mr. Fields, because he goes to the bench. Now, a couple of the dumb beat reporters have, mockingbirdingly said the same thing. When the beat reporters start saying the same thing at the same time, you start to notice a little bit, and what they're saying is what would happen if we cut Justin Fields at the end of the season. Now, we'll have a cap hit. We could also trade him. Somebody probably want him as a backup. If you pick up a 7th-round pick, 6th-round pick or something. Why not trade him? Why just cut him? Or we could just keep him, which is what I would do. There's no problem with Justin Fields as far as being a malcontent or anything like that. He's well-liked. Everybody likes Justin Fields. Teammates, most importantly. So there's no problem as far as that goes. He's useful as a backup, and I would suggest that we keep him. Now, if somebody wants to come and give us a 5th-round pick or something, yeah, just go ahead. But otherwise, just hold on to him. There's no point in releasing him, even though you worry about that. That's what's going to happen because the beat reporters are all saying it at the same time. But nonetheless, there will be a cap hit, and we can reduce the cap hit by releasing him after June 1st. But we are going to have to eat some cap. It's not a problem. Don't listen to the doomers like Dick Chimney who want to scare you about the cap. Oh, my God, the cap charge. Oh, look at all these people that aren't here, and now they have dead cap. We have plenty of cap space. It's well managed. We can create more cap space anytime we want to. It's not a problem, no matter what these assholes want to tell you. So that's really the big news. Now, why are we doing this from an operations standpoint? Well, we took our shot with Justin to see if he could improve as a passer from the pocket. That didn't happen. All right, well, we took a flyer because this was a transition year, obviously, year one of the Glenn regime. It didn't work, and we're not really running an offense that allows you right now to evaluate things you need to evaluate. We need to evaluate A.D. Mitchell. We need to evaluate John Mechie. We need to evaluate Arian Smith. We need to evaluate Mason Taylor. We need to evaluate even Ruckert. Do we want him back? The offensive line, everybody. We need to evaluate where we stand. It looks like John Mechie's going to be on the team next year. Okay, that's fine. What kind of role is A.D. Mitchell going to have, if any? Because if he can be a big-time receiver, like a wide receiver 2, then we have our 1, 2, and 3 and 4 because Arian's going to be here. That'll be our 4, and then Williams 5, and maybe Irv Charles comes back. I mean, we could have a full wide receiver room, and then maybe you don't need to draft one. So it's important to know what you got on the roster so that way we know how to allocate our draft picks. The more you got on offense, the more you can allocate to the defense, which needs a lot of help. So I think that's the main thing with this is now we're in evaluation season, full-fledged evaluation season. I think Tyrod gives you more of an opportunity to evaluate. Hopefully, you're hoping he can at least operate the offense at an okay level, especially with the passing game in terms of, he's not going to be running around the same as Justin Fields. So you may get fewer yards from quarterback designed runs and zone reads and all of that. So that will probably decrease, though you can run some of that stuff with Tyrod, but he'll be dropping back more, and we'll be doing more of that kind of thing. And we got to see what people can do here, and then that'll help our decision making in the future. So that's what to look for on Sunday with the Ravens. I don't think the Ravens are too concerned. They're all concerned with getting as many wins tucked under their belt as they can after a rough start to the season, so they can make the playoffs like they normally do. The other thing that's interesting, Gary Myers, Doomer Industrial Complex, and a big giant guy, hates the Jets. He said that, where is it? I'm trying to find it. So now it's leaked. In his tweet, he says, now it's leaked that Glenn is switching to Taylor for Sunday's game at Baltimore. And I think unless Glenn wants it leaked, sometimes the team does want something leaked. But if not, he's got to find these leakers. And whoever's leaking to Gary Myers and Dick Chimney and Brian Cosmonster and all these people. And Dirty Diana Rossini, of course, she was the first one to report this about the switch in the quarterback. Whoever's leaking to these people, if it's not intentional, those people got to go. We got to find them, and they got to get fired immediately. So hopefully, somebody like a Gary Myers using the language about leaking, if it's not intentional, maybe that'll get somebody's attention in the Jets building to be like, oh, yeah, we got to fire those rat bastards, basically. So that's where we stand. It's Monday. We got a long way to go until Sunday's game. But as of right now, we're in the 5th position in the draft order, and that's something else to keep in mind. Where do we land? Probably where we're going to land, somewhere like that, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll see how it goes. So that's all we got on this edition of the Frankie from Flatbush Show, starring Frankie from Flatbush on the Frankie Sports Programming Network, FSPN, the most trusted name in fake news.